to my channel. So for today's video, I did a little bonus Friday to teach you a little bit of some sorority girl dating hacks. Yes, it is quite obvious that I was in a sorority, hence the Delta Zeta paddles over here. And we're going to talk about how to navigate the dating world as a sorority girl. If you're in a sorority or you just joined a sorority and you're single and have no idea how to do this, then keep on watching and make sure you subscribe to my channel as I post new videos every Monday talking about my journey about being a single girl and navigating the dating world. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing that you need to know while navigating the dating world as a sorority girl is to be mindful of all the guys that your sisters have dated or hooked up with. Unfortunately, this is where it gets a little catty when it comes to sororities. When you start dating a guy, your whole sorority will start dating that guy because, well, girl code. It applies heavily in a sorority. It's like, don't hook up or date your best friend's ex. It's kind of like the same way. Be respectful of your sisters and who they've dated. And of course, you will run into occasions where you may have no idea that a sister has hooked up with that guy or dated that guy. And that's why you don't want to jump the gun too quickly when you start dating. You never know whose feelings you can hurt. It is your decision at the end of the day, and you choose who you want to date. Just know that you may get hated in the process, and you're going to have to learn how to deal with that hate and that cattiness. I've ran into an experience where I was dating a guy for 7 months in college. He asked another girl in my sorority to his semi-formal. That's when I knew it was the end of us. Poor girl did not know that him and I had a thing for like 7 months, and I was really heartbroken over it. And she felt really bad about it. But at the same time, I wasn't mad at her. I was mad at the dude, which will lead me into like the next thing that we're gonna talk about. So the next thing I want to talk about is avoid dating Greek men. You're going to be exposed to a lot of men when you join a sorority, especially if you want to attend mixers and socials and all that fun stuff where you get to interact with fraternity guys. Let's be real, you're not going to these mixers and these socials to just become friends with guys. I mean, sure, you're going to meet new people that way, but this is literally like a sneaky way of trying to make relationships happen. What's kind of cool about socials and mixers that I don't think people in sororities understand or realize is that it's a great way to build your confidence on how to interact better with the opposite sex. But if you are smart and you do realize that, good for you. I personally don't recommend dating fraternity guys just because, again, with the whole thing that I just mentioned, and also that guy in that fraternity that you may be dating, you may not actually be dating, you may just be a hookup or a side chick, because he is probably hooking up with other women in sororities. I honestly regret just dating fraternity men in college. I wish I had dated a couple guys who weren't Greek in college, just because I felt like it would have been a lot less weight lifted off my shoulders. I wouldn't have had to worry about drama with sisters and just dealing with the BS that fraternity men put out there. I really don't recommend dating Greek men. It's your call. You're gonna meet a lot of them and it may be hard. I just recommend that you try not dating in the Greek system. Let me know how it goes for you. Comment down below if you're a sorority girl dating someone who isn't Greek. I would really like to know. So the third thing that I want to talk about is that you need to learn how to budget your time when you start dating somebody, especially when you're in a sorority. Sororities are so time consuming. They take up a lot of time, especially on your weekends. So you're gonna have to become really good at time management so you get time for your relationship and time for your sorority and time for other things that you might be involved with on college. College is the best time to explore and do new things, and I don't recommend just being in a sorority. I recommend you do other things on top of that. That's really all I have to say about that one. Learn how to manage your time. Okay. So for the fourth thing I want to talk about, which is saying screw the social norms. So what I mean by this is there is a lot of flack that people put on sorority women and say like they're the biggest sluts. And of course you can go and do you and not wear anything that makes you affiliated with your organization, but don't let anyone slut shame you. College is a time to explore what you like. especially when it comes to your own sex needs and to your dating life. It's just one of the best places to meet your significant other. And even though I failed as a Southern sorority girl and didn't get a ring by spring, that's okay. Again, another stupid social standard that people place on Southern sorority chapters. I'm just here to tell you, like, don't let anyone shame you for being single or for you to explore your own sexuality. So enjoy you and F the social standards, because they really don't matter at all. And you can shame people for slut shaming you and not acting all ladylike. Still follow your chapter's rules to be classy. The last thing that I want to talk about, and this comes to when you have a date for your semi-formal or for your formal with any kind of date party that arises. There is this really heteronormative expectation that is placed on women in sororities to bring someone of the male species to that said date party or formal or semi-formal. You need to really just ignore this stigma, and I think it's really stupid that people frown upon other women who want to bring their best friends to their formals or whatever dance that they're having as their date. Maybe there just isn't an option for them to bring somebody, and there's so much pressure that comes with getting a date to your freaking sorority formal. I remember my last year in my chapter, I had recently broken up with the same guy that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, and there was nobody else that I wanted to take. There were no other guys on my mind, so I asked one of my best girlfriends, who wasn't Greek by the way, to come with me to my semi-formal, and we had the best time. My chapter was perfectly fine with her being there. It kind of helped because a lot of people knew who she was, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. If people are gonna shame you for bringing someone of the same sex to your formal, it's maybe time for you to think and see if you still want to be in that organization. That they're gonna be judging you for smashing the patriarchy and saying, I don't need boys, I can make my own rules and bring a woman. And also, what if you like women? It's okay to bring a girlfriend with you to a day party, and don't let anybody tell you differently and think that's weird and frowned upon, because sometimes men just simply aren't going to be present in your life, and you're not going to have that option. I didn't have that option, and that's why I chose a female, and I didn't want to attend solo because I knew I got a +1, and I wanted to use my +1, and I took my friend, goddammit. Okay guys, so those are the 5 sorority dating hacks that you need to know, and I hope this will help you navigate the dating world a little bit better as a sorority girl, especially if you're single. So if you liked this video and it helped you, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!